Michael Bridge in for Kaveh Solokol. Big breaking news from Brentford. Michael, what can you tell us?
Yes, it's from Brentford. Jordan Henderson has left Brentford after a mutual agreement was reached to terminate his contract. Now, we know that he's very close to joining Chelsea, but we have now confirmation from his current club, Brentford, that his contract has been terminated. And what a great year it has been for Jordan Henderson at Brentford. It was a year ago. Eyebrows were raised when he did join the club. Obviously, load of change. Thomas Frank leaving, Keith Andrews coming in. And what a job Keith Andrews has done there. And it's been a great season, wasn't it, for Jordan Henderson? Of course, he's so highly regarded as a senior figure of even the national team as well, going away with England as well. But he made 34 appearances in all competitions for Brentford during the 25-26 campaign. And he says, I leave Brentford with a lot of gratitude for the opportunity the club gave me and for the support and care shown to me and my family from day one. Coming back to the Premier League was really important for me, and Brentford gave me that chance, and I'll always be thankful for that. And of course, we know as well that Chelsea are very keen in bringing Jordan Henderson to the club, and he's a target that fits the bill, and talks are progressing. Now, we imagine those talks will progress much further now with the news he is no longer a Brentford player.
Chelsea, two very interesting potential signings. One is Danny Welbeck, personal terms broadly agreed, and the expectation now is those club-to-club talks advance as well. Brighton will not unduly stand in Danny Welbeck's way, providing their evaluation is met, because they realise it might be one more big opportunity given his age in his career. And again, his contract is winding down. It's the same for Jordan Henderson as well. Brentford are prepared to let the England midfielder leave on a free transfer, even though he still has a year left on his contract. And Chelsea are really serious about Jordan Henderson, and they are hoping that they can win a race that's been incredibly competitive, because there's other clubs, including from the Premier League, that also realise that they can get Jordan Henderson for nothing because of Brentford's position. Now, Chelsea have started talks there on the player side. It's not quite as advanced yet as Danny Welbeck, but both of these deals could move very quickly, because there shouldn't be that much club-to-club negotiation necessary. It will all come down to the player choice. And from Chelsea's point of view, outgoings are going to be important as well. And Philip Jorgensen has left Chelsea's tour, currently in Australia. They'll go on to Asia as well to finalise a transfer. Coventry City had made an inquiry. Of course, they love Carl Rushworth, but it's Chelsea's sister club, Strasbourg, that are seen as the leading contender. And Jorgensen now has to agree terms and also the formula of a deal. It could be a loan, but Chelsea are also prepared to sanction a permanent exit as well. Leeds United are really ambitious at the moment, and they're closing in on a club record deal for James Trafford, £40 million plus add-ons. This was a story we revealed last week on TalkSport, that the deal was expected to happen, and now there's basically an agreement in principle in place. Finalisation and formalisation are likely to happen this week, and it's a real coup for Leeds United. It's not fair to say that Newcastle United were in the race only earlier in the summer, when Man City inquired over Sandro Tonali, and Newcastle United countered by asking about what was then a long-standing target in James Trafford, but nothing since. And Trafford is sold on a move to Leeds United, and it should allow Lucas Perry to depart on loan to Torino with a buy option. And Leeds are waiting at the time of recording on an answer from Julian Brandt. His father visited Leeds' training centre about 10 days ago, and Leeds made a strong pitch. But there are other suitors, including Champions League clubs, involved in the race as well. But Leeds have pulled off some fantastic business, so maybe they can still get that deal over the line. And there was some cautious optimism from Leeds United sources that I've spoken to in the last 24 or 48 hours. Lots else going on in the market to tell you about. Manchester City and Ayub Buadi remains one to watch. Tottenham and Savinho as well. They're looking for a starting left winger. I sense that Man City will need an outgoing there if they are to sanction that deal, but Spurs are confident that they can agree a fee at least, and Savinho wants to join. Liverpool and Bradley Barcola, of course, but they're not going to pay that €170 million or £145 million asking price. But Liverpool are going to be busy as they look for another pacey winger, and maybe consider reinforcements in the centre of the park, and even potentially the centre of defence as well. Meanwhile, managers, lots of movement in the last 24, 48 hours. The first thing to say is that Zinedine Zidane has been confirmed as the new coach of France. This was not a surprise, replacing Didier Deschamps. It's a 4-year deal up to the 2030 World Cup if France qualify, and of course that is the expectation. And then a surprise in some ways, because we have confirmation of Roberto Mancini being the new manager of Italy, and it was thought, and in fact it was agreed, that Andrea Pirlo would get that job. But then there were issues because of affiliation between Pirlo and a Russian betting brand, and the Italian Football Federation have pulled the plug on appointing Pirlo, who's extremely disappointed by that decision, and now the job, according to TalkSport sources, is heading to Roberto Mancini.